And welcome back, everybody. We have returned with another broadcast with something a little bit special, the Alpha X SDC Team Rumble. I'm of course your host, Light VIP, and with me I am not alone. Not this time. I am joined by the one, the only. Welcome Kuro.
Hello.
The casting jersey herself. Welcome. Are you online, by the way, in game?
I am.
Can you join my lobby? Okay. I was
everything on my own.
I was a little bit concerned.
Won't even invite me to lobby. I see how it is.
I was a little bit concerned there. I do not see you in my friends list at all. Fun fact, do not see you. But yes, we are here. We are here with another Team League match. Kind of. It is a show match between ourselves and Alpha X.
Yes, it is. And I'm definitely not making social media posts. Don't worry about it.
Yes, we are here. Unfortunately, our run in the Rakshir Team League did come to an end. We made it all the way to the semifinals, you know, so we had a good run, don't get us wrong. But we are here in a bit of a show match instead, and we're going to be featuring some different players. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a bit of a different format. When it comes to the Rakshir Team League, we did have the WTL format, which is a bunch of best of twos. But here we have an all kill best of 7 format.
Oh yeah, it's all kill, isn't it? Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. As I mean, we do have our players available, but we'll see how it's gonna go later.
Yes, exactly. Again, CranKy Ducklings versus Alpha X, as you can see on the screen right here, right now before you. And we are diving into our first series. We don't want to delve into too much about what players we're going to be fielding, because again, they are kind of kept hidden a little bit close to the chest. But we have our first matchup.
I appreciate that this player here that we're looking at first has actually used the right color for his team. The only correct color. As we have the yellow Terran representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is none other than Dolan.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the red Zerg player himself representing Alpha X. It is StarKiller.
I will say though, specifically for this matchup, I mean, Alpha X is also yellow, so I guess the colors don't exactly work out, do they?
True. Yeah, we are both yellow in our own rights, and I don't know if you noticed, but we already have a really weird opener here, and this is what I was worried about. I probably should have messaged Dolan, but I mean, he knows who he's up against. StarKiller, we've casted him many times. He's a very cheesy player. He went for I believe it was a 15 hatch. It went for a 14 pool. A very unorthodox opening here from StarKiller. But again, he's just that kind of player.
To be fair, have you seen StarKiller played recently? Because he like has disappeared for a little while, then he like started popping up here and there. But to be honest, I don't even know how what is his play currently.
Yeah, the last time we were able to cast StarKiller was during the DreamHack Valencia North American qualifiers, and he was still the same cheesy StarKiller we know and love. He's a lot less active than he used to be, you're not wrong. Like, he used to be in every single online tournament, every single weekly tournament. StarKiller would be there. But yeah, things have changed over time. You know, I'm sure there are other things that kind of have his attention, have his priority, but, you know, you can't take the star out of the killer, you know, like it's he's still crazy, but we'll see where he kind of takes us here.
Yeah, we'll find out as these links are now going out of the base. They were spotted by Dolan with his SCV scout, and now the Reaper will be moving in as well. But wait, that means there are no links here to defend?
Yeah, there are no lings, but the queens are going to come out just in time, forcing a couple of spores here and there. Meanwhile, StarKiller did delay his own gases. Gases are only just being taken now. Because his gases are so late, he's taking 2 of them at once. Again, this is all because of the weird opener that StarKiller went for. Because of this opener, he is here across the map with these 2 lings, and I guess this is the purpose of said opener. It isn't quite a pull first, but it's an early pull nonetheless, and he's going to be able to force a little bit of delay on the natural base.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, does get the SCV, which is nice, but there is a backup now. Ooh, the Marine actually goes down though.
Yeah, Marine goes down. The micro is good enough here for StarKiller. The Reaper's going to try and keep this SCV alive. Can he do it? He will keep the SCV alive, so only delays it a little bit, but it kind of makes this opener worth it for StarKiller. Kind of like, I don't know if I'm fully comfortable with saying that, but here we see what that gas is being used for, and unfortunately that Reaper had to turn around and go back home, so it hasn't scouted yet.
Yeah, that's the one problem, that because the Reaper turned around, he doesn't have the information of what is coming. But to be fair, I mean, StarKiller is only getting into it, so the Reaper should get there just to see this Roach Warren that's being popped down.
We'll see if he gets there. We have 2 queens here on the front door. Dolan confirms that it's going to be a 2-base all-in, so he knows that much at least. He will be able to sneak into the main base, and he will be able to confirm the lair timing. I imagine this is going to be for a Nidus. We'll see, as the lair has been spotted, gas has been spotted, but this could be a multitude of things. This could be 2-base Muta, for all Dolan knows. Dolan hasn't been able to see the gases at the natural.
Oh no, StarKiller actually messed up the one. He had to reposition the Roach Warren.
Yeah, the Roach Warren did have to be cancelled. There we go, 1-1 upgrades are on the way. Lair is done. A little bit of a mistimed lair. Because he had to cancel the Roach Warren, that means the Roach speed cannot start. So this Roach push is actually going to be a little bit delayed because of that mistake.
Yeah, I mean, Dolan has still not scouted it, so there is that, but at least he has a bit more time to work on his army, and his team is on the way. He is getting more access. These Hellions are going to the other side of the map, but with all the queens that are there, I don't think they will get much.
Yeah, but this scout was pretty crucial. He does see both Evo Chambers researching. He even saw the Roach Warren researching as well. So these Hellions don't do damage, but they do provide Dolan a lot of valuable information. He did open up with a 1-1-1, I believe, and now he's transitioning into more Raxes. He won't have access to things like Banshees, unfortunately. Banshees would be amazing in this situation. He's going to be relying a lot more on a more standard biotank army.
I'm just curious what StarKiller is going for, because like this, I think this is the first time I see a build like this. Like all the timings are just so bizarre to me.
Yeah, so again, like from the beginning, this seemed like it would be a 2-base all-in, but 3rd base is on the way. This could be a fake 3rd just for lava, but at the same time, he's investing into further tech. We have a Hydrogen on the way, and I have to wonder if the reason why the Hydrogen is on the way is because StarKiller was forced to delay his own Roach Warren, right? He couldn't hit the timing that he wanted to, and he also got scouted, so maybe he's attempting to set up, again, a transition because he's droning, actually.
Yeah. And he's getting upgrades for the Hydras as well, so I guess he will be going Roach Hydra? Question mark? In current year?
Yeah, you know, Roach Hydra is definitely something that can work. It doesn't have a lot of longevity, but of course Dark does this all the time. He goes Roach Ravager into Hydra Lurker in a different way, obviously. This is a lot more kind of all-in-y from StarKiller, so you know, it's done in different ways by different people, but the logic is there. What's important is that Dolan isn't overreacting. There we go, 3rd CC is on the way. It is late, but that's because Dolan was playing it safe.
I mean, I understand him, because I have no idea where StarKiller is going with this, so I would play safe as well, and now Dolan has a chance to move in.
Yeah, exactly. Already 2-3 Roaches go down, as well as the Queen. Oh my god, the workers are lining up!
They are lining up, but they are just barely out of range of these Hellions, so they only get damaged and not killed. But still, this hatchery will go down, which is a nice win for Dolan.
Yeah, exactly. Not just the hatchery going down, but also the Hydras have been spotted. They were revealed here. Dolan recognizes that StarKiller has been droning as well, so he knows, okay, I'm free to tech up. I don't have to force anything. I don't have to force the issue. Despite that, Dolan is moving out with his tanks.
I mean, he doesn't have to, but like, the first attack went so well, why not continue? Like,
Yeah.
like when he moved in, like he saw that there actually isn't much of an army. Like the army of Starkiller is fairly small, so if he just keeps pushing, like maybe he can like take it.
And why is it small? Funada, Starkiller, and his laser lords, mate. We have 4 overlords on the way because he is heavily supply blocked. This hatchery is going to go down once again. Thankfully, Starkiller is double expanding, so he will get a 3rd base regardless. And Dolan is pushing in even further. Is he overextending though? Because we do have a couple of Ravagers on the way.
Yeah, but I feel like these Ravagers are, well, they only barely finish, but I still think he can take this fight, really, with the tanks already set up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The tank line is honestly pretty intimidating. We do have a couple of files. They will take down the very first tank. There's not that much fire to protect the tanks here from Dolan as well, so he has to be a little bit careful with how he engages, and actually he's pushing on forward.
Yeah, I feel like this is the moment Dolan should probably move back because the Hydra reinforcements are here and they're gonna take down all of these tanks now.
Yeah, exactly. Now Dolan recognizes the situation he's in. One of these medevacs is going to go down. Not just a medevac, but also 2 tanks. Dolan had already achieved so much taking down that 3rd base, but did overstay his welcome a little bit. Thankfully, he at least saved one of his tanks.
Yeah, I mean, again, like he was making army back at home and he denied this 3rd base twice, which is really nice. Starkiller does have another base, so he's not like super behind, but it's still a nice bit of damage for Dolan.
Yeah, it's a nice bit of damage. He's just keeping up that aggression. Again, I just don't know if he has enough firepower here. The Liberators and the tanks will help out, but there we go. The Hydras reveal themselves and Dolan has to back up.
Yeah, it's like Starkiller like reached the number of Hydras where he's actually not scared of these pushes from the Terran. But Hydras are very squishy, so I have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, exactly. And I love the transition into Liberators. We have more Liberators on the way here for Dolan. They are a great answer, a great solution to not just Hydras, but also Lurkers. And I imagine that's where Starkiller wants to eventually go. And Starkiller has established his 3rd base. We have a 4th base on the way. His drone count is okay. Not amazing, but it's okay.
Like, what if Starkiller doesn't go into Lurkers?
Oh my god, well then I don't know what the hell Starkiller is doing. Meanwhile, speaking of Starkiller and what he's doing, he is completely out of position. He's gonna have to give up the space, and he's going for a base trade.
Yeah, it looks like it. All those Hydras are marching to the Terran's base, but the Terran army is dealing with the hatcheries very quickly, so we'll see who will get there first.
Yeah, exactly. The CC is going to go down. Dolan has to make a choice. Does he turn around or does he commit? And it looks like he will commit as well. I think this is the best case scenario for Dolan. For Starkiller. I do think that this is really like the best use of his army right now, and he's slowly breaking on through.
That said, like, Dolan is a Terran, so he has that chance to lift off, but he's doing decent amount of damage on Starkiller's side of the map as well, so I guess this will be a race for time.
Yeah, exactly. The natural is going to go down the main as well. Starkiller does have another 3rd base here, so he can send a couple of drones across the map. Meanwhile, same can be said here for Dolan as he has to evacuate everything here.
Yeah, sad for the SCVs, which will not be saved. They will have to go right through the army of Starkiller, and they will all go down.
Yeah,
but I mean, Dolan has some minerals banked up, so he can build more.
He can build more. He's also saving one of his CC, so he can mule as well if he needs to. Meanwhile, again, Starkiller still has a mining base. He's still producing a couple of Hydras as well. Dolan, I don't believe, yeah, he hasn't quite really seen this. Okay, there we go. Now he's fully aware of that location. And I'm surprised that Starkiller hasn't, there we go, he hasn't sent out his workers to make more buildings.
Yeah, I think he wasn't expecting this. But on that note, he does think about this gold base now, so that's where he's gonna be setting up. And yeah, I mean, Dolan's army still looks pretty good to me, but I guess we will find out like where they're gonna meet.
Yeah, I think that Starkiller's army, if everything comes together, I think he does have a superior army. So I'm a little bit concerned here for Dolan. It will depend on the engagement. It depends on whether or not the tanks and Liberators are going to be sieged. Looks like Dolan is going to be able to take the last main mining base here from Starkiller and rotate over and meet up with the rest of his production, the rest of his buildings.
Wait.
He is unaware about the gold base.
What's that on the top? What's the red part on the top? Oh, those are all the overlords.
Yeah.
Can he supply block Starkiller so he just won't be able to make anything?
Again, I think Starkiller still has a bit of a better army here, but he's a little bit split up. He's looking actually to set up a bit of a surround, but he gets caught out, and a couple of Hydras are gonna fall.
Yeah, and this is what Dolan needs. Dolan needs to split this army and take small engagements one by one, because when this Zerg collapses on him, this will be the end.
Yeah, exactly. He has to be so careful here. He has to make sure he pre-sieges. 2 tanks do end up sieging, and it looks like they will force StarKiller back for now. Same can be said for the Liberators, but the Vials will connect.
Ooh, it actually does not kill that Liberator. Very lucky for Dolan, but it is very low now.
Yeah, it is quite low, and again, there are just still so many Hydras here, so little DPS available. The tanks are so important. The Ravagers, they're going to try and bounce something else down.
That they will, but they actually miss most of it. But the Bio army goes down regardless, and now it's just the tanks holding the front, and the Hydras will be able to clean this up.
Yeah, GG gets called. StarKiller will end up winning that base trade and take the first game for Alpha X. Oof. GG. And yeah, again, I do think that StarKiller, his best chance of winning that game would have been to go for the base trade. If the game had gone on longer, I think that would have been serving Dolan a little bit more. And yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate there for our Dolan. Oh. GG. And with that, we are going to be getting ready for our next series. Again, unfortunately, I don't see don't have access to my player list, but we do have to get ready for our next player.
Yes, indeed we are. So I'm just looking at some clan chat in game and like shaking my head. Because for those who don't know, there is that charity event going on, which will be starting soon. I'm not sure exactly what time it is, but will be casted by Shamtu and Fear Dragon, and we actually have 2 Ducklings participating. Vindicta is there, our pro Duckling, and Milk and Cookies came out of nowhere and went there to play.
Yeah, Milk has been MIA for a long time, but it's really cool to see him taking part in these tournaments, or taking part in that LAN. He's there with Vindicta, so yeah, I'm sure they're having a lot of fun together. It does mean that it is unlikely for Vindicta to be available for this Team League match.
I mean, he will have a PC, right?
He will.
So, you never know. We may just pull him in.
We'll see. Oh my god. Meanwhile, I do see a bit of a teaser there. Another Alpha X player that's on the roster is in the chat. Demi is also going to be playing later on tonight. Yeah. We'll see if we can get there, though.
Yes, indeed, as we are now setting up for our second game. Once again, this is an all-kill format, so it will be interesting. I want to see how StarKiller will do today.
Yeah, honestly, I do think that players like StarKiller can really excel in all-kill formats because they're essentially non-stop best of ones. And I do think that does favor the style of StarKiller. So this is kind of a scary moment here. He already has a little bit of momentum going his way, and yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a harder time kind of regaining that.
But our next player is about to be ready, and I think he can take down StarKiller. I think that's possible.
Yeah, it definitely is possible as we are setting things up here, and you can see it on the screen. Next up against StarKiller is going to be PattyMac. He has made his return. It's been a while. There was a period where he was a duckling and then he wasn't a duckling, but now he is back to the pond. He is once again CranKy.
Yes, and he's even been streaming recently. For those who have not seen. He apparently I think he moved for his university or something, but like he said that he's like at his new setup, at his new place, so like he's getting everything ready, and yeah, he's finally able to stream again.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time, but it's great to see him being active once again. Oh boy. And yeah, we'll see how he can perform form here because PattyMac has been on a little bit of a hiatus. He did compete in Valencia, but even leading up to Valencia, like he had to focus on his studies. Like he didn't have the most ideal setup because if you remember, he went to Italy and he was playing on his laptop. So yeah, like he just hasn't been at his peak form that he was last year, but he's working on it. He wants to take Atlanta seriously.
And that is coming up fairly soon, so we will see how all of these players will prepare for it. As we are now loading into Data C. And on Data C, on the left side of Data C, we have our Blue Zerg player, representing Alpha X. It is Starkiller.
Oh, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Data under the sea, we have the American Protoss player himself. Returning home, representing the CranKy Ducklings, it is PattyMac. Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. What are we gonna see? I don't know.
Under the sea?
Like, Yaku, do you want to cast? You're in the chat, too.
Why is Yaku awake right now? Shaking my head. But alas, again, typical of what we would expect to see from StarKiller, and again, this is what makes him a terrifying opponent. PattyMac goes in for a probe scout, and we do have a gas pool opener here from StarKiller, and he's mining a lot of that gas. So from here, he can go into a very fast link speed, or he could skip link speed and even go for a fast rotorn.
Yeah, fortunately that probe of PattyMac is still there, so he will be able to see exactly what's going on. We have this unnatural natural on the front for StarKiller, so fairly aggressive one. And yeah, PattyMac will be able to see exactly what StarKiller is planning.
Yeah, exactly, and we're all just kind of holding our breath here to see what the gas is going to be used for here for StarKiller. He's trying to be annoying, is going to be able to DPS down this probe. The probe does recognize in time, but did sustain a lot of damage already, and we can see that it is going to be for link speed, and StarKiller did pull out of gas after that link speed.
Yes, indeed he did. In the meantime, PattyMac just, starting in its normal build. There is a wall fairly finished, like he's just missing one building. He's not making any units, so in case there are links, they may be able to get into the base, but StarKiller is also not massing them either.
Yeah, this is kind of like, I feel like PattyMac just gambled a little bit and he's getting away with it. So despite the fact that it was a gas pool opener, PattyMac opted not to make a zealot, and StarKiller didn't make too many lings. As you were saying, only 2 lings were produced and the rest were queens. So PattyMac, again, he's getting away with delaying everything. And StarKiller is actually going into a much faster third base from here.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder what he's gonna go. Like, is he just gonna flat from there? No, he's still making drones. So what's the plan?
Well, that's the thing, right? That's what PattyMac has to keep an eye on. He has to try and make sure he's aware about whether or not droning is occurring. Because if at any moment StarKiller stops droning and stops amassing lings, then PattyMac could just die. So he has to be very careful here with this adept. He has to make sure he keeps alive and is able to be aware of what's happening.
Yeah, as these things are trying to hunt it down, and they may actually be able to, but the Shade just saves it looks like. And PattyMac just proceeds with his Twilight Council.
Yeah, he is going for the Twilight Council opener. A little bit older when it comes to the meta, but the link slip on in. The adept here was a little bit too late, and already one probe goes down. Not the biggest of deals, but what is the big deal is the links get in and they get a free scout of the main.
Yeah, and there are no shield batteries anywhere, so these probes are pretty defenseless against these Zerglings, and 4 of them in total go down.
Yeah, very nice amount of damage here from StarKiller. He does confirm the Twilight Council as well. From here, it could be a multitude of things. It could be for DTs, but there is no Robo, which is a little bit odd. And oh my god, PattyMac, I remember him doing this actually during the Valencia qualifiers. Yeah, PattyMac is going for glaives, but he's doing this off of 3 gates. And StarKiller is link flooding, by the way.
Aye. I'm not sure, even Glaive, the Adepts, I'm not sure if they deal with a Link Flood, to be honest. Like, even here, they are already getting surrounded and damaged, and they have to be recalled even.
Yeah, exactly. But PattyMac was able to confirm, okay, there aren't very many drones here at the third base. There are a mass amount of links coming across the map. We should be getting ready at home, but I don't know if PattyMac was able to piece it together because he's trying to expand here. There are a lot of Adepts, and with when Glaives kicks in, like, these Adepts are going to make short work of these links, but Glaives isn't done yet.
Yeah, and these Adepts are already hurt. They're about to be surrounded again, but they just managed to find a good spot. And actually behind the StarKiller, he's not Link Flooding anymore. He's making roaches, or Roach Warren for now.
Yeah, I think that's a wise choice. I think he recognized the mass amount of Adepts, and he knows that links are not what he needs right now. He needs to transition out of this, so he started more droning, he's taking more gases, he's trying to get into roaches and lair, but now it's time for PattyMac to be the aggressor.
Yeah, once again, these Adepts are walking into the base, and they may actually snipe some queens, which will be nice. Oh, or maybe not.
Oh yeah, they get a handful of lings instead, but here we go. They do shade it into the main base. 4 drones, 5 drones already going down. So PattyMac making up for the amount of probes that he lost earlier in the game due to those lings slipping in. And these Adepts, they're not done.
Yeah, they're not done. They see the Roach Warren, so they also know that the roaches are coming. So they're on a bit of a timer, as they have to do as much damage as possible before that happens. But at the same time, PattyMac is already transitioning into DTs and the Stargate. Or the few.
Exactly, and right now, StarKiller, he's on 1 base economy. He's lost every drone here in the main, every drone at the third base. The only mining drones are here at the natural. He's down to 21 drones. He's going to be forced all in. And PattyMac, as you were saying, is transitioning. Like, this was only step 1 in a 5-step plan, and he may only need to take 2 steps.
And we will find out as the roaches are now ready, and they will be going to the other side of the map. And StarKiller will see what kind of damage he can do on the other side. That said, that DT Shy is about to finish, and I don't think there are any Overseers.
And if there were Overseers, then Phoenixes will kill them. This is a Brood War style of play. DT Scout in Brood War. Here it's just
Scout?
Phoenix DT.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? DT Scout?
Oh yeah. I say Scout. Corsair, sorry. DT Corsair. That's
Yeah, I was gonna say Scout. Who plays Scout?
Here we go. The DTs are here. There's no detection. StarKiller is 100% all in. Now he's Giga all in. He has to go. He just has to go for it. Whatever he can do, he just has to deal damage, and he knows it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, PattyMac ties it up.
GG, well played. PattyMac will tie things up here as he does end up taking that game. StarKiller was looking pretty scary early on, not gonna lie. Things were looking a little bit terrifying. But PattyMac going into those glaives really kind of, in a way, hard countered StarKiller's original plan, and he had to try and switch gears. But he switched gears again. It was a little bit too late, as they were already glaive adepts. They were already in his face.
Yeah, definitely there was a bunch of like tech switches going on there, and StarKiller, I feel like StarKiller just had to switch too much, because you remember how like he made all of these links and then he couldn't really do much with them. Like he stopped the adepts for a little while, but like he went to the other side of the map. It's like, well, there are adepts, and he just went back. So I feel like there was a bit of an issue that he had to switch his plan a lot.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's also kind of what makes StarKiller strong, is that he gambles a little bit, right? And sometimes he gambles correctly, and he takes down a player of the caliber of PattyMac. But less not meant to be here, not yet. PattyMac with his debut showing, by the way, his first competitive game after joining the CranKy Ducklings. He does take his first win here against StarKiller. Can he keep going? Again, it's an all-kill format. Who comes out next? It looks like it's going to be Demi.
Can we call it a debut if he's coming out for the second time?
It's a comeback. It's a comeback.
It's a comeback. It's like a K-pop idol.
Yes.
He's making a comeback. Huh?
Yes, exactly.
With his new album.
Let's go. We're getting ready here for our next PVZ. Demi is up next. And Demi is a very different kind of player compared to StarKiller. Demi can be cheesy. He has Ling flooded many players before. He's even Ling flooded Nightmare to death. It's happened. Outside of that, he can be a much more stronger macro standard player as well. So Demi, another terrifying Alpha X opponent.
I want to say, out of all the Zerg players that Demi usually has to play against, I feel like Demi is the sane one. He's usually like the most standard. Like his builds make the most sense compared. But like to be fair, he is in the region where we have all the weirdest Zerg players. So I don't know how much of a comparison that is.
Yeah, he's standard compared to Mia Micah and Gogo Joey and Ender. But I mean, who isn't, right?
Yeah, like it's yeah. In terms of standard, that's not a very high bar, you know.
Yeah. So because of that, Demi, he's gonna be looking. He can still be a little bit out of the norm as well. So you gotta respect that.
Yeah. We'll find out soon enough what it's gonna be, as we are about to set up for our next game. At the same time, I'm spying on Milk playing customs. I wonder if they're already playing the tournament.
I'm sure they are. I'm pretty sure the tournament was a little bit delayed. It was supposed to start a little bit earlier, but yeah. Games are starting in the Happy Cup. Would you say Sham 2 was organizing it?
No. Happy Ugina, I believe, is the organizer. Yeah, Happy Ugina, and Shamtu and Fear Dragon are casting.
Oh, that's why he's in LA. Fear Dragon, I mean. Yeah. I saw that he was starting his road trip. And the first stop was LA. So, yeah, that's really cool to see.
Yeah, so they are casting, and as we said, we have 2 ducklings there at the event. So, can wait to see how they're gonna do, and can wait to see some pictures from there. Milk, Benedicta. Both of them promised me pictures, so just saying.
Yeah, it'd be great to see some pictures. Great to see a little bit more of the behind the scenes of that. But enough about that, because we still have our own series going on, our own best of 7. We're tied up 1-1 right now. Again, it's a first to 4 wins. And oh boy, I'm still a little bit nervous about this next matchup.
This is the kind of the matchup where either it will end in 3 minutes or it will be like a long macro game. There is no in between.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Oh boy. Meanwhile, go on.
I just hope that PattyMac is not gonna like leave his wall open just like the last game, because Demi may use that, you know.
It could happen. Meanwhile, I just realized I was using the wrong casting tool, but there it is. CranKy Ducklings and Alpha X, we're now currently tied up 1-1, and we'll see where we go from here. Just waiting for our players to ready on up before we dive into this. And yeah, PvZ, we love to see it.
Yeah. I mean, we're always happy to see some Zergs, considering that we both do play Zerg. But yeah, nice to see some ZVPs. Very, very nice matchup.
Definitely. Oh boy. And yeah, we may not see too much more of this after, depending on how the series goes, just because I have looked at the roster and, we do have some more variety coming around the corner as well. We've got some more Protoss, some more Terrans coming in. So we've got to appreciate the Zergs while we can.
Yes, indeed. As we are now loaded into Inside and Out, and we are looking at the base of the blue Protoss player, representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is none other than PattyMac.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the Indian Zerg player himself, representing Alpha X. It is Demi.
Oh no, for sure is in the chat. He's also, or he's again saying that you're from Texas.
Hello, Super Kaito. Yes, I was about to actually bring this up. Currently, it is 5:30 a.m. in the morning. I am very tired. But, you got to do what you got to do here when you want to cast some StarCraft. So it is not an ideal time here whatsoever. But, it's StarCraft. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you have to support the team, right? Like, We have to be here while they're playing. As a bit of an info, there is another stream for this event as well from
Oh.
Alpha X side of things. We have
Mhm.
Captain Canuck, I believe.
True. Massive shout out to Captain Canuck. He does cover a lot of events already. What I'm most familiar with him is that he does cast the Magic Up Masters Open, or Magic Up Masters Cup, sorry, which is of course kind of the sister tournament to Master Swan Open, our very own. So yeah, he does do a lot of casting. He's a great caster in his own right. So check out his own channel for his own POV. We're trying not to be too biased here because we are of course cheering for one team, but if you want some balance, then open up the other stream on another tab for that Alpha X bias as well.
What do you mean not biased? I thought we were supposed to be biased. This is a team match.
True.
Of course we are biased. Go Duckling.
Let's go, quack. Ay. So far, by the way, we do have a probe scout. Demi was able to get his natural location, and we see a much more standard opener. Hatch gas pool. None of this weird like gas pool first star killer shenanigans. Not me. Not here.
Yeah. And this probe is able to spot the Zergling, so everything seems to be in order. PattyMac is able to not finish his wall as there are only 2 links so far on the way, so he can once again go for what he has planned.
Yeah, exactly. We have a third base on the way here for Demi, so everything, again, very standard so far from our Indian Zerg player. And PattyMac is just going to test the waters with his first adept. Again, only a single adept, so there isn't really too much to threaten drones. This is more about scouting. Here, he goes in, confirms, okay, you only have 1 gas, and you don't even have any gas mining, so there's no early roach push or any kind of early lair kind of shenanigans going on.
Yeah, he actually went all the way to the end of the main, so he was able to see everything, and he did save that adept as well, so nicely done by PattyMac.
Yeah, he keeps everything alive. Meanwhile, back at home, once again, he is going for the Twilight Council opener. And I didn't really get to delve too much into it, but PattyMac was specifically doing this build during DreamHack Valencia, the qualifiers. And I remember, I believe he beat Scarlet with his build as well on the ladder, where he did end up going for 3-gate Glaive Adepts, transitioning into those DTs and into those Phoenixes. It's possible that he may be looking to do the same thing.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he went for it again. And Demi is also going for roaches, but his roach switch is much earlier than that of Starkiller, so he may actually be able to hold the adepts.
Yeah, unlike Starkiller, Demi isn't going for an early Ling Flood. He isn't wasting any larva on that. He is droning quite well. We have a couple of Lings to, again, just make sure he doesn't die to the first wave of adepts. And it is a safety roach warren in case he ever needs to make roaches, and he will once he recognizes the commitment into the adepts.
Yeah, the adepts are being already chased by the queens. Now they are actually tagged back in the natural, so the mining is being denied for Demi, but no major damage done by PattyMac yet.
I love the patience from PattyMac. They're just on hold position. Oh no, the drones, they come back! Demi thought that the adepts were going to commit to that shade. Meanwhile, only 1 adept goes down. The rest were saved, and they're saved for the follow-up push because Glaives is going to finish up in a couple of seconds.
I mean, you say that, but to be honest, I don't know if I like it, because all of the queens also stayed at the natural, so they were attacking these adepts, so I don't know which option was better, but PattyMac chose that one and he did get some damage done, so hey, it kinda worked.
Yeah, and we'll see what he does with these adepts, by the way, because Glaives is about to finish up, and there is that big difference that you were talking about. We do have more roaches coming out for Demi, so the likelihood of PattyMac just straight up ending the game with these adepts isn't very high. He can still deal a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, but Demi is much more prepared. He's even feeling confident enough that he's going for a little bit of a Ling run right here towards that 3rd base.
Yeah, and the 3rd base is completely undefended as the adepts are once again on the other side of the map. PattyMac is preparing the transition to Stargate behind this, but now he's trying to get as much damage as possible, but his probes are falling. Yeah,
exactly. Probes are falling left and right. He's forced to warp in defensively back at home. Nice target fire here by Demi. He gets 5 probes in total, and these adepts again just have had a really hard time busting on through. He's been trading a little bit with those queens, and oh, he commits to the shade.
Yeah, that he does. He's actually blocking the ramp so the reinforcements can get to the PattyMac's army in time, but I still think there's enough roaches to deal with these adepts eventually, but they will get damaged before that.
Yeah, drones are falling left and right. Finally, PattyMac is getting the damage that he needs. 15 drones already going down, and the adepts are still alive. They can even pick up the queen, and they do.
Yeah, very nicely done. And a lot of the adepts are still alive, so they go right to the natural, and they will get even more drone kills.
Yeah, 19 drones go down. Well worth it here. Demi has a better worker count compared to StarKiller, but still very low. 35 drones in total. Basically half the worker count here, or almost half the worker count of PattyMac. PattyMac, though, is looking a little bit vulnerable right now because Demi can go for a big counterattack, and to defend against roaches, we have phoenixes. Like, I don't know if I'm really sold on this kind of phoenix transition that PattyMac's been going for.
I mean, DT Shrine is about to finish, so I guess we will be having Dark Templars as well, but do we have any Overseers yet? We do not.
Yeah, we have one on the way, and it's being targeted down by these phoenixes, and I guess this is the real goal here for PattyMac, is that he hopes to defend with the bare minimum, a handful of DTs, and he's able to keep them alive because he has control of the skies. First Overseer going down, the phoenixes are going to try and find a little bit more damage. They run into the queens, and they go for them.
Ooh, I mean, the Transfuser saves the queen, but hey, at least it's some energy wasted on them, but no damages on either side, and DTs are now moving in.
Yeah, the DT just revealed itself maybe a little bit prematurely here, as both DTs are at the 4th base locations, so Demi's trying to get ready for them. Meanwhile, a couple more Overlords are going down. Demi still not getting supplied lock yet, and actually, ooh, Beast is going for probes, drones.
Yeah, but because the phoenixes were shown before, Demi actually made a lot of spores already just to fight against the air, and they will help against the DTs as well. So we'll find out how much damage they can actually get.
Well, we'll see. Ravager's going to go down as well. I just love how PattyMac is on top of shutting down all those Overseers. So again, there's just very limited detection wherever we go. Another queen is going to go down. DTs were cleaned up, but these phoenixes are getting out of control.
Yeah, because they are going between the bases, actually Demi is trying to split his army, and because of that it's less forces on each of the bases, and now the queens are starting to get picked off.
Yeah, every queen is going to go down. Demi has had enough. He goes for a massive counterattack, but then he comes back home. He's a little bit indecisive here. He doesn't know how to deal with the phoenixes.
Yeah, this one queen is trying to fight against this whole Phoenix block, and now there actually Archons on the way as well, so they should be able to deal with all of these Zerglings and Roaches.
Yeah, exactly. Now the Roaches are getting picked off. PattyMac back at home. He's got a 4th base on the way. He's got more production as well. Those ZTs, as you were pointing out, are being morphed into Archons. Charge is about to finish up. Demi is really struggling here to deal with the Phoenixes, but look at the drone count. It's honestly surprisingly healthy.
Yeah, all these drones are actually hugging the bases, and they're trying their best to mine as much as possible. The Overlords are hiding by the spores as well, but it's not enough.
Yes, because what we make up for in drones, we lack in army. The push reveals itself on the creep. XD in the chat by Demi.
Yeah, that's a GG there.
XD in the chat as Demi taps out and PattyMac takes a lead here for the CranKy Ducklings.
So hello to Trigger in the chat. Yes, PattyMac is back on CranKy. Just got back this week.
Oh, yes. Welcome, Trigger, welcome. Yes, PattyMac was actually... Oh, hold on. You know what? I'll find you the announcement.
Oh, my.
But PattyMac did rejoin the CranKy Ducklings less than a week ago. A couple of days. Gonna @trigger. There we go. Beautiful. And now GG, well played. It's on Alpha X who they want to field next. Who are they gonna whip out to take down at PattyMac? Because again, PattyMac has been looking pretty strong, at least in the PvZ matchup. You know, same build two games in a row. What about the other matchups though?
I was gonna say, this was the last Zerg for Alpha X, right?
From my understanding, yes. From my understanding, of course, they may opt to substitute a player or something like that later on. But yes, for all we know, that is the last Zerg. Oh boy.
Yeah, I guess we will find out what PattyMac will bring in different matchups as well, because clearly this is his go-to in PvZ, but what about others?
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to like, I do think that his PvT is looking relatively solid. PvP can always be a little bit of a coin flip, and that's probably the matchup that I'm most concerned about because of how dynamic PvP can be. So yeah, that's gonna be what I'm kind of a little bit worried about. I do also know that PattyMac can be pretty cheesy in PvP. Like pretty.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, PattyMac strikes me as a person who's not afraid of trying different things, you know?
Oh, exactly. And speaking of trying different things, it looks like that's exactly what we're going to have to be seeing here, as the player has been chosen, and it is going to be a Protoss. It is going to be Exostriker.
Yes, indeed. So Exostriker, sorry, means it will be a PvP indeed. And we'll just find out how crazy of a PvP this will be.
Yeah, again, this is what I was worried about. So, oh boy, everyone just get ready to flip some coins, because which way is this series gonna go? It could go either way. And Exostriker is not a player that we've been able to cast too much of, but when I do think of them, I do think of a more aggressive player, so this could be another short one, especially because the map of choice is going to be Moondance.
Okay, do you think either of them will make a proxy in a pocket base?
In the pocket, no. A proxy, yes, but I'd be very surprised if they go for a pocket base. Yeah, I'm interested to see if any one of our players opts to go for a gate expand as well. I know I see Trigger in the chat, and I know he would 100%, but I don't know if any of these players will.
I guess we will find out as we are about to load into Moondance.
Yes, here we go. You can hear the beeps. We are diving into our next game. Again, the CranKy Ducklings, we are currently leading 2-1, but this is still relatively early on in our best of 7. Still plenty of games ahead of us.
Yes, indeed. But let's start our next series, as we are now on Moondance. And we are looking at the base of the yellow Protoss player, representing the Alpha X. It is Exostriker.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Moondance, we have the blue Protoss player himself, hailing from the land of the United States of America, representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is PattyMac.
Did you see Dolan in the chat? Let's go, Patty Quack.
Less than 3, Poppy, less than 3. Oh my god.
Patty Quack. I like it.
I love you, Poppy. I love you. I know Dolan was really hyped to come out today, and god, it was really sad that we only got to see one game from Dolan. But yeah, you know, we're still proud of you, Poppy. We're still proud of you. Oh boy, and we're still in this. We're still in this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, here we go. We are going to be getting into our next game. And so far, pretty standard openers here. No one has opted to go for a gate expand on the low ground. A little bit unfortunate. But yeah.
Okay. So, no proxies.
Yeah, no proxies.
No expansions either.
No expansions. We do have a probe headed towards the bottom left-hand corner of the map, though, so we'll keep an eye on this probe here from Exostriker. And outside of that, things are looking pretty normal. PattyMac, he slips into the main base. He's going to confirm and see the second pylon in the main as well. But that probe, looking a little bit sus, waiting for the Cybercore to finish up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that probe, it just stopped there. It's just you know, chilling, admiring the flowers. And now we see what the plan is, as the pylon is getting there.
Yeah, the pylon is now on the way, and this is where I worry a little bit. We have a couple of options here available for Exostriker. He can throw down another gateway. He has plenty of gas though, and there it is. It is going to be a proxy robo.
Immortals?
Yeah.
Okay. What if disruptors? Imagine disruptors. Just proxy disruptor.
Oh god, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. But I imagine this is going to be for Immortals, and the scary thing is that PattyMac just hasn't really been able to see this. He's going to again be wondering what the gas is going to be used for, and he's for the most part trying to get eyes on this. He confirms there's still no natural base. Where is that third pylon? It's not here. It's not in the main. It has to be somewhere. The tech also has to be somewhere.
Yeah, but he's actually able to go into the main, so he can confirm that there is no tech there. So now he knows that he has to be careful about whatever it is, and he does have his own Stargate, going with an Oracle.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Personally, I would have preferred a Void Ray if you want to be safe. Obviously, he's not fully aware about whether it's going to be a proxy Stargate or a proxy Robo, so he's going to be taking a bit of a risk. I say a bit of a risk. This will deal damage across the map, but we have a shield battery, so the main base of Exostriker should be relatively safe.
Yeah, with the shield battery, the Oracle shouldn't get much damage. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very scared.
Oh.
At least the Oracle will see the Immortal now, so now PattyMac knows what's coming, but does he have enough time to get ready for it?
Yeah, now he's fully aware about the proxy robo, so at least PattyMac knows, and knowing is half the battle. He's a little bit supply blocked, so 2 more pylons are going to be thrown down. He has to try and defend his main base. There we go. Void Rays on the way, but is it too late? Because the army is getting ready to go in.
Yes, indeed. There is Void Ray on the way. It's not even halfway that the Oracle is flying into the main now, but there is actually a Stalker ready, waiting for it, and the shield battery that we mentioned earlier will help as well. Study Strap is nice, but the probes are saved, and now the attack is beginning.
Oh, the attack is beginning, and this Stargate is under threat. It looks like the Void Ray should finish up. Oh god, PattyMac, can he defend here though? He is out of range of his shield batteries.
Yeah, and there are so many stalkers as well, so he has to be careful with that Void Ray, but that sentry is actually very low already. It was focused by the Void Ray earlier.
Yeah, and again, Exostriker, he does have the advantage when it comes to his production, when it comes to those gateways. He's pushing his way through. We will have an overcharge available eventually here for PattyMac, but he will lose that Stargate.
Yes, indeed. This is looking really rough for PattyMac. Like, all of his production is these 2 gateways. He's trying to rebuild the Stargate actually, but this whole army is still in his base.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's warping in another wave of Stalkers, so he still has a force to defend. But is it going to be enough? He does take down a couple more Stalkers of Exostriker, so he overextends a little bit. There's the overcharge.
Oh, the overcharge is definitely helping with this fight. Exostriker is trying to pull PattyMac out of range, but it's actually just enough to save all of these units, and this may actually be held.
Exactly, it's going to be so close here. The target fire of the Void Ray is a little bit too good. The Immortal will survive, or will it? Because the Warp Prism goes down.
And instantly GG with that snipe on the Warp Prism. PattyMac taking another point for the Ducklings.
GG, I was so concerned. I was so worried that shield battery was going to be a little bit too late because he threw it down as a response. But the overcharge was exactly what he needed. It was in range. He didn't have a lot of production, but he did have those units that he needed. And that Void Ray was pretty key there in the defense.
Yeah. Like I'll be honest, I did not believe PattyMac can hold that attack, but that overcharge came just at the right moment. It was just able to keep enough units alive, and yeah, he just overpowered this attack from Exostriker.
Yeah, it's one of those things where imagine if that Oracle hadn't stumbled across the proxy, then we would never have had a Void Ray, right? Like, it would have never have been produced. So it was so important that PattyMac had scouted that proxy and again responded the way that he did. If he had waited, or if that hadn't happened, then it would have been a completely different game, and he wouldn't have been ready, and Exostriker just would have taken it.
Yeah. To be fair, what do you think about the position of that proxy from Exostriker?
It was a pretty nice position. It was a little bit off to the side, but it was behind the steam vents, so I don't blame him. And how is he to know that there was going to be a Stargate opener as well from PattyMac and then an Oracle? Like, especially because Twilight Council openers are so much more common. So yeah, I don't blame him for picking that location at all. Just a little bit unlucky that, to be fair, the proxy wasn't even scouted first. If you remember, the Oracle ran into the Immortal.
Yeah, it didn't see the proxies. It only saw the units that were getting ready for the attack. But yeah, once again, this was really nice for PattyMac, and I would actually say that was kind of lucky that he saw that.
Yeah, I would agree. Oh my god, I would 100% agree with that. And oh boy, here we go. The stranger maps are now coming out. And Alpha X are down to their final player here. And I believe their final player is going to be a Terran.
Yes, it is, as it seems like our next player may be Future.
Oh boy, yes, it is.
This is where I should have made a pun with finding out the player in the future and stuff. But...
awful. Oh god.
Oh no. Oh no.
The memes are real. Man with gun OP. So it is going to be Future, the ace player here for Alpha X. I would say anyway, at least when it comes to these players, saving the best for last, And what's important is that Future was on a bit of a hiatus for a long time, for many months. But he's back, and he's honestly looking pretty strong, pretty terrifying. I remember I was talking to Dolan before the Team League match started, and he said, hey, I'm confident against everyone except for Future. Future, he scares me.
I mean, to be fair, it's also TVT for Dolan, so...
True.
You can also, that's also part of it, but... Yeah, I mean, look, Man with Gun is pretty good. And we are on Waterfall. As we are now looking at the top right corner of Waterfall. And then we are looking at the player in question, the Red Terran, the last hope for Alpha X. It is Future.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Waterfall, we have the American Protoss player himself representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is PattyMac. One game away from winning this entire show match. PattyMac, he is so close. But again, he has a tall order to ask. He is up against Future, the future of Terran.
I still think that's actually a really good name.
Yeah, it's good.
Like it's really it's not even a punny name. It's just very interesting when you put it into a sentence.
Yeah. Oh god, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's wonderful. And again, Future is back in form. I want to say between the months of, like, I don't know, November last year, maybe even further back, to almost DreamHack Valencia essentially of this year, like, Future was MIA. He wasn't really competing too much, he wasn't playing too much. He was focusing a little bit more on school, I believe. But then he came back this year. He came back to competitive play. It was a really nice return. I know a lot of people were like, hold on, is he really back? Like, is he really in shape? And he surprised everyone with his performances. Specifically, I believe it was in the Apprentice Cup, or the I almost said NA Apprentice, the Apprentice Esports League, where Future really popped up there.
The Apprentice Circuit League Esports.
The Apprentice,
yeah, that one. I would say there's just too many leagues going on, so it gets confusing sometimes.
And we were even lucky enough to cast Future during the TSL qualifiers. I believe I was casting alongside Asher, and Future was also doing very surprisingly well there as well, taking big names, taking European names. So yeah, Future is definitely no one to scoff at. Definitely a worthy opponent here for PattyMac, and we'll see how things kind of unfold here as Future goes for a Reaper opener and follows it up with another Reaper and some Hellions. Up.
Hey! PattyMac gets the Reaper right there in the air as he was trying to jump away, but no escape for Reapers this game. As Oh, another one is on the way, and it will actually dodge this adept.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's very important that the first Reaper actually died. We have a second Adept, by the way, that's going to run into the second Reaper. Oh my god. So once again, PattyMac is just shutting this down for the most part. I say for the most part because Future will at least get into the main, and he will scout the opener.
Yeah, I mean, at least he gets the information, right? That is 2 Reapers, though, so I mean, not the ideal, but now the Hellion is here as well, and they will get some damage.
Oh yeah, the wall is not a wall. 2 probes already going down. We should be seeing maybe 3 probes. Ooh. 3 probes in total, but 3 probes for 2 Reapers and a Hellion? I don't know if that was ideal.
Yeah, I mean, definitely could be better, but it's always something, I guess. On that note, we do have... Oh, I think one of these Adepts was actually dealt with a Widow Mine, as we do have a cooldown on it currently active.
Yeah, exactly. The second Adept is going to be able to skirt past that Widow Mine, get into the natural base, and maybe pick up an SCV, maybe slow down that CC. Oh god, as he actually tries to get a scout off in the main.
Yeah, and that he will. Gets a pretty nice view of all the buildings in the main of Future, so PattyMac should know more or less what's coming his way, as he's getting his Blink and Robo prepared.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a little bit concerned because we don't have a lot of units to work with right now. PattyMac is working with 1 Stalker. He needs to warp in soon because he should have recognized that there were Widow Mines, that a medevac had come out, that there is a drop coming across the map, and PattyMac's being a little bit greedy. He's waiting to expand when we have a drop in the main and we have 1 Stalker to defend.
Oh, the Widow Mine just one leak there. It's spotted by PattyMac, so it will be focused, but the one in the mineral line. Oh, these are actually Marines.
Yeah, there are Marines. There's that second Widow Mine as well. The Widow Mine shot is going to go off and take down one of those Stalkers. Again, like, it's so important because we are working with so little units to defend. We do not have a shield battery here at the natural, and probes are being focused down.
Yeah, the Stalkers will try to defend them, but there are only 2 of them, third being warped in now, so there will be some probes falling down, but fortunately not a lot of damage on PattyMac's side.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, and there we go. PattyMac does barely throw down that 3rd Nexus. Will he be able to hold on to it? Future is going to try and force a cancel, but doesn't have enough DPS.
Okay, I feel like that was a bit bold. Okay, Patty, that's a bit bold. You're being dropped at the moment you're being dropped. You're putting down an action.
He was so greedy. He literally defended with 2. He defended that drop with 2 Stalkers. It was crazy, and he gets away with it. We have the 3rd Nexus being thrown down. You know, we have more gases being taken. Now, finally, the production is getting underway here for PattyMac. So honestly, I will say that after the opener, he is slightly ahead.
I mean, as I said, it's pretty bold, but it works out. As I said before, like, PattyMac does not strike me as a player who's particularly afraid of anything. So he just goes for it.
That's an interesting way to put it. Oh my god.
Nick.
Eric is the one with no fear, but PattyMac, he's just not afraid. He's just
Yes. No, they are different. They are different. They're both not afraid, but they are different because Eric will just do the craziest shit, okay?
Yeah.
Does not care.
You're not wrong.
PattyMac is a bit more standard, but he's still pretty bold.
Yes. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh god, as Future is contained here to 2 bases, he is well set up to defend against Blink Stalkers. We have a tank both at the natural and in the main base. We have bunkers being set up, and Future, he isn't going to take this lying down. He is going to harass across the map. There we go, with the Raven, with that auto turret.
Yeah, he will get a few probes there, but there was not much mining there in the first place, so it's always something. So it's always nice for Future. Ooh, nice feedbacks actually on this Raven.
Yeah, you love to see it. Feedback being thrown down. The Raven going to be reduced to 0 energy there. And PattyMac is going to try and set up this 3rd base. Again, still ahead a little bit economically, but Future is pushing out. And this is going to be a scary moment here because Future, I don't see a 3rd CC.
Nope. And right as he will be reaching the base of the Protoss, it looks like Steam and Combat Shield should be finishing up together with the +1 as well. So this will be a very strong Terran army. It may not be very big, but it will be very strong.
Yeah, we have 2 tanks and 2 Widow Mines with this army. What do we have at home to defend? Storm is done, by the way. How good is that Storm going to be? Oh my god! It connects with everything!
The storms just cover the whole bio army, and the charges are finishing off the rest. There are 2 medivacs still full of units. But the Blink Starkers can just get there in time, and they should be able to hold this.
Ooh, the Blink Stalkers are being focused on one after the other. We're a little bit too ambitious there, but these charge lots are going to be more than enough to force the pick. Oh no, the medevac!
Yeah, one of the medivacs just gets straight sniped by the stalkers. There is another harassment force in the third of the PattyMac, and there are Widow Mice here as well, but with the overcharge, he should be able to hold front for now.
The shield battery is going to get taken down, so Future's drop is dealing damage. At the same time, he did rotate back around with his second drop, or his first drop actually, to deal even more damage. So even though Future's main push was completely shut down, he's still doing a lot to just harass and keep the economy of PattyMac in check.
Yeah, he does get the damage done, but PattyMac does keep his bases. He does have still have a decent worker count, but he has to be careful about these drops now, and he has to figure out how to move out.
Yeah, and you know what? He just wants to move out instead. It's a bold move, but again, the tank count was reset. We have a lot of Widow Mines, Jesus Christ. And they are ideal against defending against charge lots. But how good are those Widow Mine shots going to be? Especially because we have Storm, we have Archons, and PattyMac, I don't believe, left too much at home to defend against that drop.
No, nothing at all, in fact. And now the Protoss army is moving for the third of Future. And the army of Future is not enough to hold it. Like, this CC may even be lost.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We do have a couple of storms connecting with the army of Future. We don't really have too much left when it comes to the Gateway army, but there's a third storm. Here come the reinforcements. The Archons are going to be going down here, and I don't think PattyMac has enough to break Future.
No, I don't think he will break him, but he may be able to take this base, keeping this bio army on hold. It's very close.
Very close. At the same time, the drop from Future comes in, and even though PattyMac is going to lose his army, he did get 18 SCVs, so you could argue that this was kind of worth it. Meanwhile, the drop across the map does get cleaned up. PattyMac does defend, and he will be able to take his fourth.
Yeah, it takes a fourth while cleaning up the third base of Future. Future does save his orbital, so that is nice, but he does lose all of the workers, so he will have to catch up as he's now moving out.
Oh boy, exactly. Future is going to go for a massive counterattack. When it comes to his upgrades, he does have +1, 1-1 is about to finish up in a couple of seconds. We have a storm ready, but does he respond? He does not.
Ooh, the High Templar just gets sniped on the entrance, but yeah, I don't know. Ooh, another storm.
Yeah, another couple of storms do connect, but these gateways are being depowered here. He's trying to dive on top of the prison, but he actually doesn't have a lot of anti-air. He's mainly working with Marauders.
Yeah, I mean, Marauders are pretty good against all of these Stalkers, but now the Chargers are joining in as well as an Immortal.
Yeah, that was a pretty close defense there. Like, PattyMac has a lot of workers, but he doesn't have a lot of army because he went for Storm, of course, first, so he doesn't have a lot of these high-impact units until now. We have a Colossus on the way. Only one Robo producing those, so it's going to take a while. He's trying to repower his gateways. He needs another army now because Future, he's coming back.
Yes, he is, and his army of Protoss does not look very strong. There are the High Templars, and they are charging their energy, so they should be able to get a Storm or two. But there is a lot of Marauders, so I don't know how well that will help.
Yeah, exactly. PattyMac needs a little bit more time to gather that energy for Storm. He's also being zoned away by these Widow Mines. It looks like the fourth base is forfeit. It is going to go down to these Marauders. At the same time, do you have a War Prism sneaking into that main?
Chilling in that main. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yes, now the Zealots are being worked in, but there are some forces there left to defend, and now there's a drop in the main base as well.
Yeah, PattyMac is having a hard time defending the Colossus. Sorry, the Robo is going to go down. That means no more Colossus production here for PattyMac. Only Gateway units and those Archons. Meanwhile, the drop for Future, he's going to keep on going.
Yeah, now attacking the third. There is a recall to the third, but this army is really small for the Protoss, so I'm not sure if it will be able to even hold.
Yeah, exactly. 7 more workers go down. PattyMac now behind when it comes with the economy. He lost his fourth base. He lost a lot of workers. He lost his production. It's gonna take a while for him to really recoup all of that and get back into that Colossus production. And Future, he's just non-stop with him. He's going into ghosts.
Yeah, PattyMac once again trying to fly into this main, trying to get some harassment done. And he might be able to get some with this DT, but all of the workers are moving away.
Yeah, he's forcing a lot of lost buy-in time. He will get a handful of these SCVs. We can be seeing an EMP. There we go. We do have a scan to help defend against this DT, but oh, let's go down.
I was hoping the DT would kill the ghost, because they should be able to, right?
Ghosts are pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, how many hits does it take for a DT to kill a ghost?
Yeah, that's a good question. Not entirely sure, but PattyMac is going for a counterattack. I don't know if this is the wisest choice either, because the army of Future is here, ready and waiting.
Yeah, and that's a big bio army, and as we know, man with gun, pretty OP.
Yeah, Future, he's ahead, 60 supply. We have a storm going down. Oh my god, some pretty decent storms, not gonna lie. But Future, once again, he's not stopping. We do have the EMP on the High Templar.
Yeah, all these EMP High Templars get sniped right off, and PattyMac once again goes for the DT harassment, but it can only get him so far.
Oh boy, it can only get him so far, and it looks like here we go. Future is just going to stim on 4. The Colossi going down. The EMPs connect. GG gets called, and Future fights back for Alpha X, and he will take down PattyMac.
Yes, indeed. Putting the point on the board for Alpha X. So we currently should be at 3-2 score.
Oh boy, and with that, Future, he is starting that comeback. Massive shout out to PattyMac though. He put in a lot of work. He took down 3 players already, 3 of the Alpha X players, but couldn't close it out there against Future. I do think that a massive kind of point of contention there was losing that Robo. Losing that Robo slowed down PattyMac so much when it came to his Colossus production, and he just never really was able to establish any kind of army.
Yeah, like it looked good for him up to a certain point, but yeah, after that, like I feel like Future just started snowballing too hard with his army, and like PattyMac just wasn't able to clean it up as he used to on the beginning of the game, and it was just only getting worse for him from there.
Oh yeah, it was only getting worse. I mean, again, I was really impressed with how PattyMac was able to defend early on, especially with the bare minimum amount of units. But that bare minimum amount of units never really got into a mass amount of units, unfortunately. Oh god, the storms were always clutch, always so clutch, but GG, well played. Future does take it. And we are going to be getting ready here for our next game. And thank god, StarDuck has woken up.
Oh my god, I was waiting for you to say it, because we all know that we have to spam a lot of tracks to wake up StarDuck.
Oh boy. Then I'll just let Captain Canuck know.
Okay. Yeah, so our I believe final player for this match, right? This is the 4th?
This is the third. Third duckling.
No, this is the 3rd. Okay, this is the 3rd.
Yes.
Okay, so we do still have a 1 chance behind us in case this falls. But yeah, it will be StarDuck representing us now.
Oh yes. StarDuck is going to be coming up next, and he has between 2 maps to pick here. We could go for Stargazers or Tropical Sacrifice. Those are the 2 maps remaining.
What do you think StarDuck would pick? I was gonna say Tropical Sacrifice is like them considered more standard, but we're talking about StarDuck.
Yeah, maybe Tropical Sacrifice. I'm gonna say Stargazers, but we'll see.
Okay. I mean, it is in the name. I'm just gonna let it sink.
It is in the name. It's all about them stars. Oh god. So we'll see what he ends up picking in the end. Oh god. As StarDuck does need a moment. He does need a moment to prepare himself.
Please tell me he just woke up too.
He literally just woke up. He just said that he's still in bed.
Nice.
Oh god.
So how are you guys? How's the other tournament going?
So we are just going to need a moment here to get StarDuck ready. And yeah, when it comes to that map, I have to wonder as well, because like strategically, Alpha X only has 1 player left. It's only Future, and that's it. So, you know, our players kind of like, you could even argue that StarDuck may want to like snipe a map for like a better matchup for the next series. Like if StarDuck can't take down Future, like there are things like that come into play as well. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a tall ask I'll ask.
Which one is better for Terran?
I would probably argue Stargazers is a little bit better. It depends on the matchup, I would say. It depends on the matchup. But Stargazers means that you can kind of expand a little bit more freely. But it's also a really good map for drops as well because of the short rush distance by air. So I do think that Stargazers may be a better map for Terran overall, like period.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
So Tropical Sacrifice then.
Maybe.
Yeah, we will find out soon enough as we are waiting for our players to be ready.
Yeah, we shall see. Again, StarDuck is still going to need a little bit of time to get up and get ready.
In the meantime, Milk and Cookies has been playing in the tournament and he got taken down 2-0.
Yeah. Again, he did kind of end up in a tournament full of like stronger players, so it was a little bit unlucky, but regardless, it's really cool to see Milk participating in Happy Cup, playing StarCraft again. Feels good, man. Feels good.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen him playing StarCraft, so it's really nice to see. And I hope he spent some nice time hanging out with people at the event as well.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the pictures.
I hope so as well. There's a lot of big names, some surprising names as well. Silky has been inactive for a long time, and he's playing in that tournament. He's returning. Arisius is there. Intuition is there. Pili Pili, of course, Vindicta. Yeah, a lot of big names. So exciting.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is a charity tournament, so I feel like that may be part of why we see some faces that haven't been playing for a while as well. But it's still nice to see them there, and definitely give them a view, give them a watch once we are over with this match.
Oh yeah. And hopefully we can get this underway. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm just quickly checking. I believe Vindicta's also mid-series as well with his own match, right?
I'm not sure if they started, but he should be playing now. Yes, he is facing Sleuth, whoever that is.
Is he in game?
I saw him log in. Yeah, he just joined. He just logged into the game.
Okay. Can you can you message him? Oh god, because I don't know if he's gonna be available. As we try and sort some stuff out, I am going to cut to a break so we can figure out how we're going to do this. StarDuck should be coming out, but yes, we'll be back shortly after this duct tape. Oh my. And welcome back to the Alpha X versus CranKy Duckling Team Rumble show match. Oh boy, we just needed a moment to wake up StarDuck and drag him out of bed.
Yeah, actually what you didn't see during this 5-minute break, Light literally left the cast and he went to StarDuck's house, and then he just splashed a bucket of water on him and he got back.
Oh god, yes, he is here. He is there. Massive shout out to our player because it is very early in the morning here in Australia. It is 6 a.m. So we did wake up in time for this. Much love.
Yes, but we are now looking at the base of this player, of the blue Terran player that has taken down PattyMac in the previous game. It is none other than representing Alpha X, Future.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice, we have our Australian Protoss player representing the CranKy Ducklings. He just woke up, just got out of bed, hasn't had breakfast. Massive shout out. Because he is here participating in the Team League show match. It is StarDuck.
Should I be shouting? I guess I can shout out that he actually went to sleep before this.
Yeah,
because
he went.
Knowing StarDuck, normally he would just stay up until 5 a.m.
He went to bed at a reasonable hour, and I'm glad that he is doing what we are seeing now. He knows that he is the underdog. He knows that he is sleep deprived. He knows that he just woke up. So why not clown it up.
Oh boy. What is it? What is it? Is it the Stargate? Is it the Twilight Council? What is it?
That's a good question. It's in a really interesting location. I wouldn't be opposed to... I don't think Proxy Twilight Council is a good thing in this matchup, to be honest, in PvT. So I'm going to assume Stargate, but we'll see.
I mean, Stargate would be nice, but I just feel like it's a little bit far away from Future, but it still can be. So we'll find out soon enough.
We will find out. There we go. Stargate is thrown down here for StarDuck Future. He slips on in. He confirms, hold up, your second pylon is missing. And now Future is scouring the edges of the map looking for the proxy.
Yeah, fortunately for StarDuck, Future is starting with the bottom side of the map, but he will eventually reach the top side as well, so this proxy will be seen in time.
Yeah, the Reaper is headed towards the top left-hand corners of the map. The SCV is also checking here as well. And you were talking about how this doesn't really make too much sense for a proxy Stargate location, but that's why it's going to take a while to scout. You know, Future, he still hasn't found it. The Reaper hasn't found it either. It is a very unorthodox location. So that's kind of the ideal scenario here for StarDuck.
Is he not gonna find it? Like, both SCV and the Reaper has turned back. None of them are going to that corner.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you check that corner? It's so far away. Meanwhile, the Adept does come across ramp. It is going to delay a lot of mining time here. Future actually taking this very seriously because he doesn't know if it's a robo or a Stargate. He throws down a bunker here on the high ground.
Yeah, at the same time though, he is losing probes at home because this Reaper is now coming in and there are absolutely no units to defend. The Reaper is very low and the probes are trying to take it down, but already 3 of them are falling down.
Ooh, but the Reaper does get taken out by those workers. It did cause a lot of lost mining time, but at least the Reaper has been cleaned up. Meanwhile, the Adept is doing what it can again to deny mining time here on the low ground, and the Oracle is about to rock up, but he has to be careful because I believe there is a Widow Mine. Ooh.
Yeah, and he flew right into the Marines, which is not ideal either. A lot of damage on that Oracle already, and it gets taken down as well.
Yeah, the Oracle does go down to the Marines, so just like that, now Future is well aware that it was a proxy Stargate, and it has been dealt with. Ideally, you know, maybe we would have seen some economic damage, and there was some inadvertent economic damage. Future, he was delaying a lot of mining here at the natural, but yeah, this proxy hasn't paid for itself yet.
Yeah, so far, not ideal. Ooh, the Widow Mine is taking that. I think that was another Adept, I believe. And the second Oracle is now flying into the main of the Future.
No! Ooh, second Oracle does fight into the main base, but there was already a Widow Mine waiting here in position, so just like that, the Oracles have been shut down. Again, this opener just hasn't really worked out here for StarDuck. I mean, the beginning was fine, the fact that he was able to keep it hidden, but outside of that, he just hasn't really been able to do too much here. He makes a third Oracle, and this third Oracle has to make some magic happen.
Is he gonna just fly in? He's gonna fly in. There are Marines on one side and a reset Widow Mine on the other. I don't think this Oracle can do anything.
Yeah, so he goes for the Revelation instead. He confirms the opener, confirms the starport was delayed, that we have 3 Raxes, so there's going to be a mass amount of bio moving out here for Future, and StarDuck has to start preparing back at home. There we go, Stasis Trap in the middle of the map will slow things down. He's getting a shield battery, he's working on his production, and he did get a relatively fast third base as well.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he was doing so much harassment on Future's side of the map, even if it didn't exactly work, at the very least it kept him busy, so StarDuck had the time to prepare on his side. Ooh, this Widow Mine actually triggers the stasis.
Yeah, but only the Widow Mine and not the Marine, so there's still a lot of firepower available here. In a couple of seconds, Stim is going to finish up, so Future is going to be insane here with this massive amount of Marines. We have 3 Stalkers, and they will be able to slow this down. In 5 seconds, Stim will finish. That's still a couple of seconds away, but now it is ready.
Yeah, we have Steam, we have so many Marines. I don't think a few Stalkers and an Oracle can exactly hold this, so this will be a very tough hold for StarDuck.
Oh boy, a very tough hold indeed. I mean, we do have an overcharge and that will help, but again, Future can stutter step his heart out with his bio army. He can focus down these Stalkers. Stalkers are not ideal against this. We need another Stasis Trap. The Oracle is going to rotate around and it looks like he's going to try and maybe catch some reinforcements, maybe catch some army, but there's just so much here.
so much here, and the Widow Mine is now free as well, so it's able to set up right on the front. The Stalkers are here and ready, but they are far away from any shield battery, and the Bio is moving in.
Yeah, and honestly, Future can just pick and choose whatever he wants to fight. It looks like the third base can go down. He opts not to. He goes for the fight with the main army instead. And then we go one after another. The Stalkers are falling.
Yeah, the shield overcharge is not enough to hold it, and Future takes another point for Alpha X.
GG, well played. Future will take it. Again, a really rocky start for StarDuck. The Oracle opener just didn't really work out for him. Those first two Oracles did no damage whatsoever. I mean, I think he got like one SCV and that's kind of it. Oh, so Future will tie it up 3-3. And now it goes to the ace match. A match that, unfortunately, we may just have to forfeit.
Yeah, we will see soon enough, as we don't exactly have our players available at the time. As we said, Vindicta is currently at an event and he is playing his match, so we're not sure if he will be able to participate.
Yeah, Vindicta is currently busy at the moment with his other series. Of course, on top of that, we do have other players that are unavailable as well. Eric, unfortunately, is playing in an AoE tournament, so he isn't available. So yeah, it's just oh god, just
Time
really.
to drink Aries.
It's really unlucky that that we kind of set up this tournament, we set up this show match at a specific time, and then afterwards we found out about the Happy Cup, and it's like, oh, okay. Oh god.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate timing there, but we will find out soon enough if we will be able to continue this series. So feels bad for StarDuck. Give him some energy, as he woke up this early in the morning to play a single map, and unfortunately he had to go down.
Much love there to StarDuck. Oh god, as I quickly try and check some things here, and yeah, I guess I'll just message Captain Canuck here. And yeah, a bit of a shame. I mean, it is really nice that we went all the way to the ace match. Future really put in a lot of work, not just Future, but also Starkiller as well, Demi, like all the players that were involved. A lot of good games. Exostriker, that's it.
I mean, if Vindicta finishes his series quickly, we may still be able to do it, but I'm not sure where their series are currently at.
Yeah, he's currently in the second game, and on top of that, I just don't know how available he's going to be. Yeah. Oh. What's up?
No, I just opened Yugina's channel to see how the tournament is going, and apparently because Pacific Marine Mammal Center is part of, I don't know if they're a sponsor or partner or what, they have aquatic knowledge on the stream, and it's just random fun facts about aquatic lives. California sea lions are extremely sociable, communicate, and smart. Here you go. That's a fun fact for today. They're also capable to swim up to 25 miles per hour.
Oh, there you go. Ah, god. Yeah, I still haven't checked out the stream. What are they casting right now? What are they covering?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm checking. They were currently in a break. Right now they threw it back to the casters, but I'm not sure what the series is.
Fair enough. Well, I'm just letting Captain Canuck know.
I think they will be casting Peely. I think they said they will be casting Peely.
Okay. Just letting Captain Canuck know. Oh god. And yeah, I guess it's their choice if they want to take the forfeit or if they want to wait a little bit. And it's again completely up to them. It would be unreasonable for us to be like, yo, can we wait like 20 minutes or something like that? Especially because we don't know how long Vindicta is going to be.
Yeah. That is a bit of an issue, but once again, unfortunate clash in the schedules. And it happens. It happens.
Yeah. Hold on.
What's up? This is where we bring up Asher, bro.
Yeah, I'm just going to ask Captain Canuck because he's offering, I think he's offering a revive.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
If we can revive, like that would be okay. But it would be, yeah, it'd be completely up to Alpha X if they want to allow that. Otherwise we could still wait for Vindicta. I just don't know how long he's going to be.
Yeah, that is a bit of a problem.
So yeah, I guess while we sort this out, we will come up with an answer soon, TM, right after this short break, whether or not the series will continue or whether we have to announce the winner of this best of 7. Oh, God, it went all the way to the ace match, but yeah, we will be back soon.
Can do it. You better cross your fingers in the chat.
Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we play out our last game, please? Oh boy. I just can't wait for us to actually get into game and then for Eric to like 12 fool.
Yeah, no, he would. I'm pretty sure he would. That's a very Eric thing to do.
Oh boy.
Especially if he's on bad connection, that he would probably want to finish it early, right?
Yeah.
My god. Ah.
We will see if we can if we can make this happen. But yeah, I think Eric, I think he should be ready. We're waiting to see. Okay. Oh, this does not bode well.
What? Can he not see the lobby chat?
He can't type in lobby chat.
Oh no.
That doesn't bode well.
Oh,
That doesn't
no.
bode well. Can we load in anyway? Can we load in?
Oh boy. Nobody say anything, you may scare the lobby.
Please load, puppy, please load.
Oh boy.
We'll see if the bar can continue. If not, of course, we will accept the forfeit if we cannot
Yes.
get Eric in. Again, it's you know, it is what it is. He's using his phone, internet. You know, sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just sometimes how it is. Like you try your best, but like it's only so much you can do. And Eric tried. He did show up.
Yeah.
Like he with his phone, internet, and everything, and like he gave it his best.
Yeah, exactly. He gave it his best. He gave it his all.
But as we look at the bars, they don't seem to be moving. So the chances are getting smaller and smaller with every second.
Yeah. So it's very possible he may just not be able to play. And it happens. It happens.
But as we wait to see if this lobby will actually begin, don't forget that our Duckling Vindicta will actually be playing in the Happy Cup, and from what I heard, he's supposed to be on stream next, so we'll probably be raiding them after this. So if you want to see more Ducklings playing, make sure to check that out.
Yeah, Eric's just messaging me that he's not even in the loading screen.
Oh, but yeah, I guess that's an F then.
Yeah. We'll have to, yeah. Oh, how let's Captain Canuck know.
Hmm. That's very unfortunate. But as you said, like Eric tried his best. He tried to play his games, but sometimes you just lose to technical difficulties, and that's just a thing. But regardless, this was a great showing from the Ducklings anyway.
Yeah, really great showing. Like I don't want this to like take away too much from like PattyMac. Like PattyMac did really well for himself.
Yeah, PattyMac especially. PattyMac did take 3 different players on this match, and he didn't look awful versus Future either. But yeah, in the end, Alpha X will take down this match for free. So very close score. Very close score went all the way to the ace match, which is a really nice showing for the Ducklings.
Yeah. Really nice, really nice. And with that, oh boy. With that, Alpha X will end up taking the series here. Again, I mean, they were like more than generous enough to like wait for us as well and all that stuff and try and figure out all these like technical issues. And I mean, Future was even saying that like, you know, it's already been like 20 minutes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good. In the end, they will take it. So GG, well played to Alpha X.
GG indeed. And yeah, I mean, we'll see if there will be more of these show matches, if we will be ever invited again to check one of those. This was a second show match actually from the Team Rumble. The first one included Alpha X, Psystorm Gaming, and Team Super. It was a free series, a free teams show match. This one was just two teams, just us and Alpha X. And we'll find out what will be the next one.
Yeah. Again, it was really nice for Alpha X to invite us to this. Again, a little bit unfortunate with like how everything turned out, but regardless, like I really do wish them the best when it comes to like future show matches and all that stuff. And yeah, you know, again, no harm done.
And once again, I really need to set up that countdown, like games since last technical difficulties.
Yeah, it feels bad, man. It feels bad. Also, do you have the link to the stream for the land so that we can give them a raid?
Yes, it is Yugina. Oh, let me copy paste this for you.
But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, there was some, like, all things considered, there were some really good games, some really fun games as well. A bit of an anticlimactic finish, but we really appreciate everyone for tuning in, and we hope everyone enjoyed themselves. We hope everyone had some fun. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And cheer for Vindicta. He's about to play on the stream.
Yes, Vindicta is about to play on stream, so give him some love, give him some support. And with that, I guess we're gonna head off. Kuro, do you have anything else you want to add before we go?
Cheer for Vindicta. Go Mix.
There we go. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We'll be back in a couple of hours because I'm going to be casting ESL Cup Asia with Asher. That's going to be in what's like 6-ish hours. So we'll see you then. And until then, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao.
Bye.